Good morning. Good morning. It's time to rise and receive. Welcome to your 10-minute morning send off designed to support you in receiving what you most want by unlearning struggle. So, today we're going to talk about how to invite good fortune when you're in crisis. So if you're feeling that you're in crisis, if you are feeling particularly vulnerable, if you are feeling triggered at this time in your life, I certainly know a lot of people are. This is an exceptional time in history with all kinds of new experiences that many of us do not have a frame of reference for. So if you know someone else that's in crisis, this is going to be, I believe, a really empowering rise and receive with some good tips, tools, and insights that you can take into your life. All right. And yes, you can invite good fortune even when you're in crisis. It's actually a really powerful time to open up to some new tools and resources when you're in crisis, because a lot of times if we haven't had that experience, we actually don't even know what to do when it comes. So this is an opportunity to open up to a whole new aspect of the skill sets of navigating crisis and inviting good fortune. If you don't know me, my name is Sonia Miller. I'm a speaker, coach, and best-selling author, and I am passionate about teaching people how to receive, because receiving is its own very specific, very tangible skill set. And when you know how to receive, which I have found most of us don't, we know how to pursue, we know how to get, we know how to hunt, we know how to achieve, but we don't know how to actually receive. And when you don't know how to receive, what we tend to do is over rely on what I call the doing or the hunter model of manifestation, of achieving your goals. And we bring this even into the most spiritual and metaphysical tools that are out there. So even when we're dealing with law of attraction, consciousness, mindset, we still relate to it through this hunter model. And it can actually be kind of this sort of illusion that we are really tapping into these energetic principles and aspects of abundance are available to us, but we still approach things from this hunter, lack-based, gotta go get it orientation. And then we still don't know how to receive. So that's what we do here, rise and receive each morning. And so what I do is I pull a card each morning. And today what I did is I was getting the message from a couple different places when I woke up about crisis. How do we navigate crisis? And then I went on with my morning and I did, my creative stuff, and I wasn't feeling it. But when I went to pull out the cards, I spread them out, I closed my eyes, and I said, okay, what serves the highest and greatest good? What do people need to connect with around receiving good fortune? And the card that I pulled from the receive card deck was receive protection. So truly, this idea of navigating crisis and how to receive in relationship to that is really what's up for the energy today. So if you're new to this, what I've done in the past is I've actually done a separate video for each card. So I'm not going to read the whole card on receive protection, but I will include a link for you if you want to get the whole download. But what I did do is read through the card today, and I've pulled out a couple segments to unpack how to invite good fortune when you're in crisis. And I'm going to give you some brand new information today. So if you feel that you're in crisis, just lean back, literally lean back, take a deep breath, and let these words wash over you. When you are safe, you don't need protection. When you are not safe, you need protection. However, have you ever considered that sometimes you actually are safe, but don't feel safe? This is an important distinction, and your capacity to be aware of when you feel unsafe, regardless of your circumstances, is essential to your capacity to thrive, not merely survive. In order to thrive and receive your fulfillment, your awareness must be relaxed, open, and receptive to the abundance of well-being, possibilities, and inspiration that life offers. Now this goes further on into the card. If you've lacked the experience of protection, you will lack a frame of reference. In other words, you will not know what it feels like in your inner world. Feeling unsafe will feel normal to you, and your awareness will be set into a state of hypervigilance. As a result, you may believe that you can only find protection outside of you. You'll be inclined to control things in your outer world in order to protect yourself. But because people and circumstances cannot be controlled, you will struggle. However, as you become willing to explore the power of your awareness to invite and manifest protection, you will open up to expansive opportunities to thrive and receive fulfillment. So, I'm going to give you your willingness mantra for the day now, and I'm going to go deeper into what this has to offer. So, if you feel you need protection, if you are in crisis, if you take nothing else with you today, practice becoming aware of the fact that you feel that way. Whether you're actually unsafe or not. If you are being triggered, if you are in crisis, let your awareness have one step of distance so that you can actually step out of the feeling and notice that you are feeling unsafe. Because that awareness allows you to choose something else. Rather than being lost in the crisis, lost in the triggers, you can stand back and say to yourself, I'm aware that I'm being triggered. I'm aware that I feel unsafe. Because it doesn't matter what evidence shows you that you are safe in this moment if your mind is telling you, if your mind is in hypervigilance, feeling threatened. Okay, so call upon awareness, and then here's your mantra. I am willing to see all the ways I am already protected. So, I'm going to give you an opportunity to practice what I call a self-soothing exercise. So if you're feeling crisis, if you're feeling triggered, I'm going to invite you to put one hand over your heart and then the other hand wrap it around your arm. And just take some deep breaths, close your eyes, and rock. Simply rock and breathe deeply. Bring your awareness into your body. And just breathe. This is a regulation technique that allows you to calm your nervous system. And we're going to talk more about your nervous system and what it has to do with today's receiving principle. Okay, and you can keep doing this as long as you like through this reading, through this Facebook Live. Okay, you can even say your mantra while you're doing this. I am willing to see all the ways that I am already protected. Okay, so I invite you to keep doing that as long as you need to. And keep this mantra and this self-soothing exercise. If you do nothing else, have this available to you, okay? So let's talk a little bit more about how to invite good fortune when you're in crisis. So here's the thing. The best time to connect with the people and the resources that represent safety and protection for you is before you need them. However, most of us don't do that, at least not on a conscious level. So then what happens is we're in crisis, we're totally triggered, and your mind will forget. Your mind will not be able to see who your friends are, what your resources are, all of the safety and abundance right here, right now. Because what happens is when you get triggered, the reptilian part of your brain kicks you into fight, flight, freeze, or fawn. And your focus gets narrowed, okay? And the only thing that matters is getting out of harm's way. So it doesn't matter if you're actually in harm's way or you're being triggered and your nervous system kicks in, your whole body will respond as if you are unsafe, just like the card said. You might feel unsafe, but actually not be unsafe because the nervous system is kicked in. So let me give you four tips, four like steps that you can take away. Watch this video again if you need to, and this will help you have a tool set for if you're in crisis so that you can, as this card talks about, shift into the openness and receptivity and the creative functioning of your brain that allows you to invite good fortune. You have to be in a relaxed state to invite good fortune. But when you are in crisis, it is very hard to do that because you're literally, your body kicks in. So number one, when you're in crisis, the only thing that matters is safety. That's it, safety. So your whole body is going to kick in. So whether it's real or imagined, safety is the number one priority when you're in crisis. Number two, your nervous system will take over. Your nervous system will take over. Just understand that that's what's happening, okay? That's what's happening, and you have power even when your body and your nervous system is kicking in, okay? Number three, let your nervous system do its job. It is wanting to keep you safe. So if you're triggered, don't judge yourself, don't condemn yourself, don't beat yourself up, don't try to talk yourself out of it. Simply receive the fact that you're in crisis, that you're triggered, that you're vulnerable in that moment, and practice the awareness of recognizing this is what's happening right now. Okay, let it do its job. And if that means it needs to get you out of harm's way, however your fight, flight, freeze, fawn response works, let it do that. Okay, if you're in a dangerous situation, if there's actually a threat, get out of harm's way any way you can. Okay, and then this is the tricky part, but it's the essential key to all of this. Okay, once you're out of harm's way, or once you are simply aware that you're not in harm, you're actually physically safe, okay, then as best you can, number three, and this might be new to some people, is you want to regulate and reset. You want to regulate your nervous system, which is that soothing practice that we just did. That's just one of many ways that you can regulate yourself. But you want to start becoming aware of how you can take care of yourself, how you can soothe yourself, how you can comfort yourself, how you can regulate your system, your nervous system. Once you regulate your system, you will reset your nervous system and you will be able to come back into a calmer place of calm, openness, relaxation, and receptivity. And then number four, as you are able to enter the space of receptivity, this is the time, if you're in crisis now, this is the time to get out a piece of paper and make a list of every person, every resource, every YouTube, every technique that you can think of, an exhaustive list of safety and protection, the people you can contact. Now, I will tell you, I've been through my fair share of crisis and adversity. And I can tell you, when I'm talking about this, it isn't just theoretical, it isn't professional training, been there. I have tremendous compassion for anyone who's in crisis, anyone who's triggered, anyone who's in hypervigilance and high anxiety, okay? You cannot remember what your resources are when that's happening. So I actually did this many years ago when I went from 0 to 2 kids in 60 seconds and I had twins and I lost my hormonal mind and I was just sleep deprived and like peel me off the roof. That was my first big experience of like, I don't know who my friends are and I am drowning in 2 babies. Made a list and I put it on my refrigerator. So make a list, put it on your refrigerator, the names of your people, the phone numbers. Put something on your computer where you have a folder with your favorite YouTube links, guided meditations, tapping exercises, self-soothing, regulation techniques, Have your list so that you have it before you need it. Okay? Now, I'm going to include in the copy here in the description a link to some of the self-soothing techniques that I offer and teach through the Receive course. Because one of the things that we have an opportunity to learn, so now we're coming back to inviting good fortune, is for you to be a fortunate receiver. One of the key ideas that we learn and practice is you must learn how to be unselective about what you receive. Because if you don't know how to receive crisis and vulnerability and pain and fear, and you resist those, which is human nature to do this, it's animal instinct, it's going to block you from being able to receive the abundance and the resource and the kindness and the blessings expected and unexpected that life always offers. So when we are learning how to be a good receiver, we learn how to receive with ease. Those are the receiving principles. We learn how to receive our wants, our desires. We learn how to receive our don't wants, which are our triggers, our angers, our fears, by soothing. And we learn how to receive our needs because we all have essential core needs that have been unmet throughout our lives. Most people have at least one, if not a whole bunch of unmet needs. And if you don't know how to meet your needs, then you're not going to be able to receive your wants. So, I hope this has given you some really good stuff that you can practice. Out of all of this, if it's overwhelming or it's too much, here's your one thing to take away, okay? Self-soothing. Take some deep breaths. Rock, regulate your system, breathe deeply. That's all you need to remember. Regulate, self-soothe, okay? Receive what's happening for you in crisis. Receive yourself. And then the mantra, I am willing to see all the ways that I'm already protected. Anytime you can bring your awareness to that, you just be willing. You don't have to know how, just be willing. Eat it, breathe it, sleep it, sing it, walk around your house, say it. Just keep directing your attention to the willingness to see all the ways that you are already protected. And you will open and invite good fortune. You will move into that. It might be immediate, it might take a while, but you will move in that direction. Okay? I hope this was helpful. If it was, please like, please share, please subscribe if you're on YouTube. It helps me reach the people that I'm here to serve. And for any resources, there's some free resources and next steps you can always take after each Rise and Receive. Just look at the links that I provide and post your comments, your questions, your requests for topics. I'm here to serve. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you tomorrow morning at the next Rise and Receive. Bye, everybody.